If you constantly think about food or you struggle with craving, or it's always you're either on a diet or you're completely out of control if you're not on that diet, then this video is for you. Trust me when I say that I've been there and I lived that. But what I learned throughout my weight loss journey was that healing your relationship with food is not about cutting out foods and not letting yourself have them. It is all about small little habits that you do every single day that will create that healthy relationship. So I'm gonna give you guys a list of 10 habits today that have really helped me lose weight and heal the relationship with food that I have, to the point where it's not an obsession for me, where I'm just constantly thinking about food every single day, because I know a lot of us deal with that and it is no fun. First habit is you need to stop labeling food as good or bad. This was such a big game changer for me, because when you stop demonizing food, you take away the power from the food. You're not bad if you eat a cookie, and you're not good if you eat a salad. It's as simple as that. My second habit is prioritizing balanced meals. Healthy fats, proteins, fiber-rich carbs, those are all foods that you want in your life, okay? Every time I would have a hard time eating weight, where I would resort back to binge eating and stuff like that, I realized it was because I was never actually satisfied. I mean, I could literally eat 200 grams of protein in a day and not be satisfied, and I'd be like, why? Like, protein's supposed to fill you up. Like, why am I not getting full? And I finally realized, like, I need healthy fats. I need carbs. You guys might be thinking, like, everybody should know that. I'm like, I didn't know that. Like, I didn't understand it to that level. Like, I heard it, but I'd roll my eyes at it. And now I can still lose weight or gain muscle or whatever, and I never go to bed feeling hungry. Habit number 3 is slow down and eat without the distractions. Focus on your food, not your phone. This one was really hard for me because I used to gulp down my food. Like, anybody who's known me for a long time knows that I was an extremely fast eater. Like, I could not enjoy food for the life of me. So honestly, a little trick that's really helped me with this one is a book that you read, one that you find like seriously enjoyable to read, like you learn a lot from it. And read that book, and after every page, have a little snack by you, eat one bite of that snack, and then put it back and read another page, and then eat one bite of that snack. That really helped me learn how to slow down and enjoy the food that I was eating. Now, I know that kind of contradicts the distraction thing, but it's more of a book is okay, but a screen is not, okay? Because you get so overstimulated looking at your phone and scrolling, but a book is very different. And it also helps your brain catch up with your stomach, because there's like a 30-minute window where your brain and your body are not on the same track. So that's why oftentimes a lot of people will overeat, because it's like they're listening to their body, even though their brain's like, hey dude, like, you've eaten enough, but your body's like, no, give me more. And it's like this whole thing. Tip number 4 is give yourself permission to eat. What does this mean? Okay, the more you restrict yourself from a certain food, the more you are going to crave that particular food. You are allowed to eat dessert and still lose weight. Let me say it louder for the people in the back. You're allowed to eat dessert and still lose weight. I can't believe I ever thought I would have to go the rest of my life without dessert, because I'm such a sweet tooth person. Like, that ain't gonna work. We gotta have our dessert. Tip number 5 is hydrate first before your meals. Oftentimes we will confuse hunger and thirst, and we can't really differentiate which one is which. So when you drink water before your meals, you might be like, oh, either A, I was just thirsty, I'm not hungry, or B, it's gonna keep you fuller also, so that you're not gonna overeat. It's not as likely that you'll do that, or you'll binge eat. Tip number 6 is just have protein snacks ready. Eggs, like boiled eggs, some type of meat, like maybe like a meat stick or something. Protein shakes, stuff like that. Overall, protein is going to be the best source of keeping you full. But when you have options ready, you definitely make better choices. Tip number 7 is move your body every single day. Walking, yoga, dancing, stretching. You want to do something not as a punishment, but as a sign of self-care, as a sign of self-love. So get up and dance, or do your little yoga, do your little stretchy stretch, because you're gonna be feeling really good from that. Tip number 8 is practice the 80-20 rule. 80% whole foods, 20% soul foods. Balance is what keeps you consistent. I still go and get my little ice cream, my little sweet treats and stuff like that, but for the majority of the time, I'm eating a very clean diet, which I actually prefer. And honestly, I feel like when you shift your lifestyle and you are eating very clean, very healthy, and you have minimal processed foods, you're really not gonna crave them as much. So for me particularly now, I'm at a point where if I want dessert, it's gotta be worth my time. Because I'm not just gonna go and buy a Reese's peanut butter cup. Like, that's not good to me anymore. And it's not because it's like, oh, hoity-toity, like I'm so much healthy now, I just can't eat that. No, it's like literally go eat clean for a really long time and then try one of those foods. You will not even like them anymore. Like, it's actually crazy. You're like, this tastes weird. Like, you finally understand like what other countries besides America experience, because a lot of the chemicals and stuff that's in our food are not in other countries' foods. Like, don't quote me on the exact number, but there's like a number of chemicals that are like illegal in other countries that the US puts in their foods. It's crazy. Sorry for that little rant, but tip number 9, journal your wins, not just your food. Like, write down how the foods that you're eating make you feel, not just what they are. Like, it's good to track your calories, it's good to track what you're eating just to have a visual on that, but like track down like, oh, I feel really good after this. Like, oh my gosh, I feel so good when I drink bone broth. Like, I used to like just drink bone broth because it's like, oh, it's good for my skin, like it's good for my gut health, I'll just drink it. Now, like, I will find myself drinking it like 2 to 3 times a day. Like, I think I literally had 3 cups of bone broth today, but it's because it makes my tummy feel so good, like instantly. I'm like, wow, like my tummy feels so calm from that. So just start writing down like how foods make you feel, then you'll find out the foods that you really love. Like, that's gonna heal your relationship with your food, because you're gonna like, once your body realizes that you love that, and then you're gonna start craving those foods that you love because your body feels that way. Like, write it down. Gratitude for the foods that we eat. Okay, last but not least, tip number 10. I want you to start talking to yourself like you would a friend. If your friend was eating bad in front of you, you would not be like, you are such a fatty, like, why are you eating that? Like, no. And if you do that, then go get some help. Just be kind to yourself. You don't go your whole life being mean to yourself, okay? I've been there, done that, and it's just not worth it. It creates resentment with yourself and honestly other people, and it's just the worst. So I do not recommend. Also, just remember that one bad meal is not a failure. Progress over time is what's going to create these habits for you. So don't freak out if it doesn't come immediately. It's not going to happen overnight. If you're ready to change your relationship with food, these habits will literally change your life. Which habits are you guys working on right now? Feel free to comment them below. I really hope this video helped you guys out. I know these things definitely helped me heal my relationship with food, and it's an ongoing process. Like, I still have to remind myself of these things, but me from a year ago today is such a drastic difference, and I want it to be that way for all of you guys too, because it truly makes life so much more enjoyable and so much more worth living. You guys got this. Make sure to hit that like button or don't. Subscribe or don't. And I'll see you guys in the next video. I post every Sunday. Mwah!